I couldn't find the supplies. That's not the store manager's fault. But so I just didn't tell him. And like I didn't hear the part till later about how like store managers can get fired for that kind of stuff, for people calling in complaints about them. So I'm just glad I didn't tell them. Again, always with a grain of salt, but
absolutely, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there.
Yeah, well, it's a very, corporate short-term mindset.
Yeah. Did anyone attend any of the Brigade Congress sessions over the weekend?
No, I signed up and I meant to go, but I got swamped with work stuff. So sorry.
Yeah. I was able to catch a couple. It was really good. I caught the one of the, I guess, the keynotes where she was talking about what was a specific thing? They were talking about a couple things related to police data and things like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't get to catch the keynotes just because I was I ended up going home to Connecticut and seeing my family for the first time since the pandemic started. So that was
a big deal.
Yeah, that was big. I got to see that, but I there's lots of cool stuff with Congress going on, and then I got roped into, so we were gonna do Jeopardy for National Day of Civic Hacking, the after party, and folks were a little tired, but I did Jeopardy for the Brigade Congress after party, and it went really well. So I think it took me, like a round to sort of get into the groove and get it, some of the kinks worked out. But once we had it, folks enjoyed answering questions about, civic stuff and tech stuff and some of the different sort of American history-ish topics that we had. So we did that, and then Janet got some really cool prizes for folks. Someone won a waffle maker, which looked delicious.
That does sound like fun. So what was the takeaway from the keynote? Anything particularly remember, a particular point that was made during the keynote, Darryl?
So a lot of it was focused on kind of the holes that exist in civic defense. Which is really interesting. Our organization is focused pretty much entirely on criminal, although that's something that we've kind of edged into with different projects. But yeah, a lot of just recognizing how massive an area that was just left uncovered was pretty interesting.
So that's like trying to prevent hacking to like voting systems and things like that?
No, so basically talking about how it is. So if you are a defendant in a criminal case, there's kind of the criminal Gideon, but there's no equivalent on the civil side. So if you have to defend yourself against, for example, or even if you just have to deal with something in the civil space, like an insurance claim, that you have to fight. Dealing with the landlord, there are just all these areas where they're the kind of pay to play factors of the legal system leave a lot of people essentially undefended, where they don't have the ability to really protect themselves in that sense.
I see. Kind of like public data defenders.
Something along those lines. Like, I think the biggest one that she said, the biggest thing was healthcare. So people having to deal with civil cases related to their healthcare, whether that was, insurance or applying for assistance for various things. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where there can be things that are available to you. There can be programs available to you, but you effectively are barred from them. Just because of the fact that you can't enforce that yourself on a legal battlefield, so to speak.
Wow. Sounds like uncharted and dangerous territory.
Yeah. All right. It is 7:05. So let's get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Code for Boston. My name is Matt, and I am on the leadership team here at Code for Boston, along with we got Alex and Annie. I think Thad might be in here as well. So if you have questions, need help with anything, feel free to mention one of us, and we will be more than happy to help you. And I've also made them co-hosts. So if any Zoom bombers are in the room, be warned, they have their ban buttons at the ready. So with that being said, we got some opening remarks that we're going to do. And after the opening remarks, we'll have project updates. And after project updates, folks that are already in projects can head to out to their projects, and folks that are new can stay in here. And Alex and I will do new member orientation. So first and foremost, announcements, make sure to read our code of conduct at codeforboston.org/code of conduct. The gist of our code of conduct is Code for Boston is a safe and respectful environment, and we want everyone to feel comfortable here and valued. And so if for some reason you aren't feeling respected, talk to one of us on the leadership team and we will take care of that. Next, want to encourage folks to connect with us on social media. We are uploading content to YouTube every single week, so subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to keep up with all the different events that are going on. We also have our weekly email newsletter, so if you don't have time to watch videos every week, you can get it right into your email inbox and read some of our project updates, and we share jobs and events that are happening, so it's a great way to stay in touch. And then, of course, we have the other social channels that I try and update with content as well, all available at codeforboston.org. Also want to encourage folks to RSVP on Meetup at meetup.com/codeforboston. It's a little more relevant to when we're in person, but even when we're virtual, Meetup is a place where a lot of folks find out about us. And when you RSVP, it boosts us in the Meetup algorithm, so we can have even more friends and volunteers. Also, I try and update the Zoom link at this redirect, codeforboston.org/room/CFB. I had a typo this week, so I apologize. I just discovered that like an hour ago. So when I don't have a typo, it works. So if you just bookmark this, it should redirect you to the latest Zoom link. And also, if you are on the Zoom, but you're not yet on our Slack, you can go to slack.codeforboston.org to receive an invitation to that. Slack is where a lot of our community conversation happens, where all the projects are doing their work. So definitely worth getting in there. And you can also certainly share events and other things that you know about, or if you just need a little tech help. We are a nonprofit, so if you go to codeforamerica.org/donate to a brigade, you can pick Code for Boston to earmark your donation for Code for Boston. It doesn't take a ton of money to run this thing. Usually our burn rate's like 10,000-ish a year. But it is something. And so every little bit helps. We have a whole bunch of folks that, they make individual donations, or their companies will match their donation or support their volunteer work here with one. And if your organization or company is interested in supporting us, you can talk to me or email hello@codeforboston.org. And I'm happy to talk about what sorts of arrangements we can do around, say, sponsoring a month of hack nights or sponsoring a workshop event or something like that. And then also just wanted to, before we do Project Stand Up, a quick little recap of two great events that went on in the past week. First, we had Brigade Congress. Is Will in the room? No, Will's not in the room, so I will recap Brigade Congress. We were talking about.
Will is traveling this week. I can recap Brigade Congress. So I'm Thad. I helped run Brigade Congress this year, so I'm slightly biased. But we had about 5 days of lots of material and brought together many brigades from around the country. So super exciting. And there were 3 keynotes, all of which were recorded. You can go back and look at the recorded sessions on Discourse. Which is discourse, discourse.codeforamerica.org. And I will try to recirculate some of that on the Slack. So overall, we did some work on the sort of theory of change of Code for America, Brigade Network, and really excited about some of the directions we have going forward. So Matt, if you have anything to add to that, feel free.
I think the only thing I will add is it was, an enjoyable event. It was definitely different from what we sort of usually do, but they had a fun platform that I was able to do a little networking in, so you could bring your circle closer to folks and their volume would go up, or if you weren't interested in what they were doing and someone else had an interesting conversation, you could move it over there. So, getting to try some new things and meet some new folks, and also try my hand at being a TV game show host. So if software development does not work out, maybe one day I too can have my own TV game show. And then the other event that we had that was fantastic is we did the 405 Found. Is Anita in here? All right. I think Anita is not in here. So with that, I'm going to just talk about, hold on, I think I accidentally pinned someone. So 405 Found. 405 Found, we had a fantastic panel that was moderated by Nigel Jacob of New Urban Mechanics over at the city of Boston. And a group of folks from diverse backgrounds in technology, some on the engineering side, some on the product side. And I think a lot of great discussion about the experiences of underrepresented people in technology. I think that it was helpful to have that conversation and kind of understand what is, happening in the world, and also to get some perspective from folks along with some of their experiences and ideas and wisdom. It's really, I think always great to have that, discussion. In addition to that, we had some different workshops so that folks that, are interested in sort of advancing their careers in technology could participate and potentially grow some of their skills and their brand. So I sat in on a fantastic one on building your LinkedIn profile, and I learned a whole lot of things about growing my LinkedIn profile that I never knew were possible. So I have a very challenging to pronounce last name, and you can apparently add a name pronunciation to your LinkedIn profile. So that was one thing that I learned. And I think that I was very happy with the attendance at the event. The keynote is up on, or the keynote panel is up on youtube.com/c/code for Boston. So if you missed that discussion, highly encourage you to take the time, head off to the YouTube, if you're going on your run or something like that and want something interesting to listen to. It was a great event. So and with that,
if I can just really quick, if people are excited about career events, and this was our first career event ever at Code for Boston, I think, maybe, Matt would know better than me, I guess. There's a gap there that I don't know. But if people like this event or are excited about career events in general, let us know so we can keep working on events like this and just to see the priority of it. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, Project Stand Up. So let's start off with My City.
Hey everyone, last week on My City, we mostly did some documentation updates. Part of the reason why was because the city of Boston was planning to do a blog post about the Alexa app, which I literally just got messaged about a minute ago that it went up today. So I will post it in the general room. It's about not only the work that we've done at Code for Boston here, but some of the work that the General Assembly team that worked with the City of Boston earlier this year, the research they did into the app and why voice assistants are important. So that was last week. And again, I will post that in the general chat. This week, we'll probably just do some talking about what is next with the Alexa app.
Awesome. Thanks, Jamie. Next is Safe Water Project.
Hey, what's up? So now our website has an on and off button for boating season, which is officially in the off position as of yesterday, because it is no longer boating season. We also did some revamping of the admin panel. We're like communicating with the stakeholder to put in more stuff in the admin panel. And we have now a public guide on how to access our like REST APIs. There's like code snippets in both Python and R. This week we'll be continuing to add to the admin panel and work on 2 remaining sprints, or like the 2 little spikes, I mean. Sorry, jargon with the agile jargon is hard.
The sprints and spikes, I like it. Next is Job Hopper.
So last week we normalized our API Django endpoints using a Redux reducer to manage the front end state, working further on the documentation. And we have a working prototype up there that's just a Figma prototype that we're going to be reviewing tonight. We also are doing some work on the text, the introductory text for the website. So we're going to continue to work on those things tonight.
Awesome. Love me some Figma. Plogalong. Anyone from Plogalong here tonight?
Yep, Eva here. Plug along. We really just need people who are willing to test on either Android or iOS. You would have to get a special link to install the app on your phone. It's not in the App Store yet. And then you could help us test. And maybe if you really like the app, you could join for version 2.
Great. Thanks, Eva. Next is Clean Slate.
Yeah. So this weekend, the Clean Slate and the wider expungement teams had a really great session during Brigade Congress, which was really exciting. Got to see turnout from a lot of our partners too. This week, the Clean Slate app team is working on organizing some initiatives with our partners and also working on automated testing. The data team still working on cleaning, organizing our data to filling gaps of analysis and trying to figure out what to do with 2 of our county data sets as they're missing some important data points. So that's what we're working on this week.
Great. Thanks, Jeremy. And last but not least, we got Windfall Awareness.
Thanks, Matt. I just want to put in a quick plug for Plug Along. It's really easy to get into their beta test. So highly recommend it if you have a chance and you have a phone. It just starts working once they send you a link. On Windfall Awareness last week, we had lots of separate efforts going on let's see, it's been so long now. Just getting the future earnings set up for the Social Security app. So we continue to make good progress. We got some early stages of getting other users of our detailed calculator with Social Security. But in general, we're looking for TypeScript developers, JavaScript developers, and React developers. So there's overlap in all of those, but definitely welcome to come help us out on this project.
Awesome. Thanks, Thad. So those are our 6 projects that are going on tonight. So if you're already in a project, feel free to head off to your appropriate project. Everyone else that's new, stay in here, and Alex and I will start up new member orientation in a couple minutes. Thanks so much, everyone, and happy hacking.